Come with us now, if you dare, down a rickety staircase into a dank, dark basement. What awaits? The Saturday Night Freak Show.
Welcome back, ladies and germs, to the Saturday Night Freak Show podcast, which happens every Saturday night. A new episode drops on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and more. Hey, do us a favor. Click the like or star buttons. All those ratings help us out and get us seen by even more, or listened to by even more listeners.
Is that what the problem is? We're being seen by people but not heard?
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
That explains a lot.
So you can also, if you want to talk to us, and we want you to talk to us, that's Facebook.com/Saturday Night Freak Show, or on Twitter @Sat Freak Show, and we'll read your comments on the air later in the show in Igor's mailbag. This is the Saturday Night Freak Show, and these are your Saturday Night Freak Show internet superstars.
Sean.
Holly.
Travis.
And I'm Colin. And every week we pick a movie, or one of us picks a movie. We go down a batting lineup. And tonight, Travis picked the movie. What did we watch tonight, Travis?
We watched the immortal classic, Hello, Mary Lou. It's Prom Night II, the official title. It's not just Prom Night II, it's Hello, Mary. It's got a rhyme. It's
You remember what year this is from?
1987.
All right, so take us back. Prom Night, 1980.
I was 5 in 1987, so there was He-Man. I don't know.
What relationship? Go ahead.
Yeah, I first came across this during its repetitive plays on USA Up All Night. My God, with Rhonda Shear and Gilbert Gottfried. Oh my God, who can forget? Dude, USA Up All Night, gave me...
It was the greatest.
An
education. It was an education.
Yeah, half of what's on this show from my picks, anyway, comes from that one program. Because that was I couldn't rent rated R movies because I was a child. I had to sit upstairs in my parents' room as they watched TV downstairs with my finger on the channel button.
Right, always just waiting,
afraid they were going to walk in.
Oh, dude, afraid they had to go up the stairs. I was listening, watching whatever Friday.
Got Nickelodeon on the last button.
Yeah, last channel button. Just watching,
And when you're a kid,
Rugrats.
You've listened to your house and you know the sounds of movement and where they are in the house and if they're coming, so you know what to listen for. Change that channel.
So yeah, the idea, and I even saw this before Carrie. So that's why the idea of evil prom night, to me, is, it's as fun as Halloween or Killer Santa. Or to me, it's this should be a genre all its own. There should be lots of killer prom night movies, and specifically since it's a ghost movie, kind of.
Indeed.
And you get a lot of, I didn't see this back then, but now watching it, you're like, oh my God, it's like a Freddy Krueger.
It really
they tried to be a nightmare replacement.
It really is.
Which would make sense because 87,
Yeah, that was in the zeitgeist back then. We were saying even when watching this movie, it reminded me of Trick or Treat. There's some moments, because you're at a high school dance or whatever, and I'm like, it's kind of the same thing. Because that was 86, right? This is 87, and so you would have had Elm Street 3 would have been the movie that was out that year.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then Elm Street 4 was 88, right? So, yeah, you're right in the middle of the height of the Freddy Krueger craze.
There's so many instances in this movie. It's a fan movie. It really is.
Yeah.
There's so many comparisons to the popular movies at the time.
They named
the teacher was Mr. Craven.
Mr. Craven.
Yeah.
Well, it was wild. In the credits, I saw there were people named Hooper and Cronenberg and Carpenter and all that. I don't remember their names actually being said in the movie itself.
Yeah, Vicky Carpenter was her name.
Yeah. So what's the relation of this movie to Prom Night?
Just Prom Night.
None.
A thin line connected to the title.
The title that, because really, I always thought Prom Night was one of the fucking worst slashers. As much as a reputation as it has, I think it's one of the worst slashers.
I remember the guy's head sliding across the
major
dance.
part.
I don't remember
a disco dance floor.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I remember the kids tricking the other kid in the beginning, and this movie's fucking boring. I do not ever recall. And
Didn't someone go out the window or something in that one? It's they're fucking around with this kid. They're all kids. And
they're all kids.
There's a building.
They're going to force the kid inside and What? Run away? I don't
remember. It was a prank of some
Do you think
type.
that's why they had the girl go out the window? Jess? Was it Jess? The friend?
Because
there really wasn't any other reason.
I don't know.
In like her third death?
I mean, they were just making it because they didn't want to say ghost right away. It was like a suicide-looking sort of deal, right? So that's what I figured.
Very Freddy Krueger.
Despite the bruising around the neck from the hanging.
She jumped.
That's not suspicious at all.
I don't know if they did forensics back then.
No.
not in movies, at least.
No, they poked her a little bit like, well, she's clearly dead.
Movies. Yeah, like,
Pack her
there's
up.
X's on those eyes. That's what that means. No one's home. But, when you watch this movie, it's clearly Carrie meets...
Elm Street.
A little bit of Exorcist in there.
A little bit of Exorcist in there. I thought a little Poltergeist in there, just with animated
splash,
fucking toys or whatever.
Yeah. Fucking horse.
But other than that, what?
That had to be like
that
sticker shock to people. I mean, sticker shock to people in 1987 who were like, "Ooh, another Prom Night movie."
Yeah.
Because I mean, I guess the slasher wave, the classic slasher, right, was what we say, like 79 to 83 or something like that. And then, 84, basically, Freddy Krueger came along and, changed it all. Game. So this is like, it's going to be a slasher movie because it's got the title Prom Night. And then you get into it and it really isn't like a stalk and slash movie. It's a more supernatural thing. Like
it's another like classic 80s like teenage possession movie, in the vein of, one of my favorite movies, 976 Evil. You take the religious kid and they get tempted with whatever the fuck, or that's the analogy, right? They're tempted with, and whatever, they get somehow possessed by devil, demon, you name it, spirit.
I've had bad thoughts of my boyfriend.
Yeah. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, dude, the opening of this movie is, I love fucking Mary Lou Maloney. Mary Lou Maloney, she's your
she's
ghost.
The prom queen.
She's the fucking prom queen, dude. I love, I don't know, she's a badass bitch.
We get
she's a bitch.
She is,
She is a mega bitch.
She's like an evil person. That's why I like her. She's
so
a bad
mean.
guy. Like, no one had to slight her to be mean. She's just a 1950s fucking, like, I'm gonna fucking drink and like...
How did that dude go on with her for a year and none of this?
She said his dad's rich enough to make him cool.
Yeah.
That's what he said, dude. Like, this
for a whole
chick is
year,
hard.
And then she's just like, fuck it. I'm going to be prom queen. I'm going to fuck this guy.
But that's the thing. I have a real problem with that. 1950s, the school tramp is the prom queen.
Yeah.
Never would happen.
I know.
Never would happen.
Like, so this is the girl who slept with everybody. So that's why she gets
the vote.
The vote for prom queen.
Only the boys voted?
I guess.
I voted for you.
Yeah, because she's just horrible to everybody around her, it seems like, but still ends up the prom queen. Yeah, I thought the actress playing her was like really something. And it's like, okay, so she's going to be in this movie a lot, but Yeah,
right. Yeah, she was fun.
Yeah, so she her first scene like establishes her character, who she is, because she's confessing to this priest and basically is telling him, like, I slept with these people and I loved it. I had these, said that, would she swear or something? Like, I swore.
Lied to her parents.
And I loved it. Yeah.
I loved every minute of it.
She kept on saying like the word many, like many lives.
Many times.
Many boys.
Many times. Yeah.
Many times.
It was a pretty good scene.
And then as she like, and she like leaves her down for a good time, call Mary Lou. I fucking love Mary Lou, dude. It's just like, what a person to become like an evil, like, I always wonder why movies chose like, I guess that's actually really the origins of things like vampires and ghosts. Is if you were an evil enough person, you'd come back as a vampire. You didn't have to get like, well, this is like old actual folklore. You didn't need to get bitten, blah, blah, blah. It was just like, if you were a bad person, it's almost like you're such a bad person, your karma sticks around. Yeah. And whatever the fuck,
they'd have to bury you upside down or whatever to make sure that you didn't come back.
Cut his fucking head off. Stake in
there. Something they bury somebody, like to keep people from coming back as a vampire. They'd like bury them standing up, like upside down or something like that.
Well, they crucified them upside down.
Yeah, I mean, it's like wild shit,
just make sure, man.
Better safe than sorry.
So I like that idea
that
cutting off the fingers, are you? Well, you never know. They can't dig out with their hands.
Right.
Better
they have no
safe
fingers.
than sorry.
Knock all the teeth out. No, I don't know.
And this is kind of like what if it would have went bad for Carrie is kind of like this movie, right? Like you got And I like how...
See, if it went bad for Carrie?
If it would have went bad for Carrie.
Didn't it go bad for Carrie?
The whole thing was bad for Carrie.
Well, but, like, she didn't die.
Right, like, if she died at the beginning.
Well, I mean, I guess she, like... I mean, she burns herself in the house, so she does die. But, you know, whatever the fuck. She wasn't, you know, she was a weirdo.
It was pretty bad for Carrie.
Well, but still, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, it's not like the pig's blood, like, just fucking set her on fire. You know, where in this version, Michael Fassbender's...
Fassbender?
Ironside.
Michael Ironside.
I was like, when did Michael Fassbender
in this?
Wasn't he that guy?
Ironside's younger version of himself. He's like, she's fucking that other guy. I'm going to stink bomb her.
Yeah, stink bomb.
Yeah, that was
like, I'm going to blow her up just to embarrass her.
He's going to throw a stink bomb at her, and it lights her
pretty much ruin her
night.
Yeah, and he ends up lighting her very, very... I mean, it's the 50s. Everything was flammable at that point.
Yeah, dude.
Hair...
I don't know. I like that scene, right? The prom queen getting set on fire by everybody.
He's like, no, somebody help her.
Yeah. Where I thought that was going to go, I guess, was that this is, you know, because this is my first time seeing this movie. So I was like, so she's on fire. She looks up. She sees her current boyfriend, I guess, like, he's the one who did it. So we're going to have to, like, kill him. And, like, all the rest of them in the crowd, like, you know, there's a couple people try to get close to her, but the flames are too hot, so they give up and don't actually put the fire out. So this is like going to be a revenge movie, right? Yeah. She's going to come back and wreak havoc on the entire school body. It didn't quite go that way, but I mean,
really
only a couple
bodies. On whoever she came across.
Well, I mean, but it did go that way. You just have to wait till prom. Right? I mean,
right. Full circle.
You got to have your end.
Well, it's because she didn't get her crown. Like, they're going to give her the tiara, but before, you know, she's actually able to be crowned prom queen, she goes up in flames.
There's a cape and a crown, and she never actually gets either one of them.
So she's got to come back and get the cape and the crown and become the actual prom queen. Yep. It's like, I get that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So then it's like, all right, so by what supernatural agency does she make her return to the modern day of 1987?
Well, that Vicky character is our, like, Carrie character, right? She's our, well, I mean, basically. I mean, she basically...
Kinda, except she's, like, popular.
Vicky Carpenter, in a weird way, she's kind of popular, but she's still that, you know, the plain, no makeup. Her fucking parents are completely religious. Her mom's And there was that really weird scene, like at the breakfast table, where you get the idea that the parents are only married because they became pregnant with her. That's it.
Right.
And it's like, holy fuck, we know a lot about this family just for like a stupid slasher movie. Just in that one weird little scene, they tried to do something really deep. Where, what is it, like, what'd you say, don't you remember being in love? Or the father said that to, because Vicky's going to go off with her, like, motorcycle riding. Like,
it's young love. Don't you remember that? Yeah. And she just kind of stares at him. He's like, well, guess not.
Yeah, dude.
Sexless marriage.
So Vicky Carpenter, she can't.
Wearing gray. Just like, no color in my life.
Her Carrie White type mother isn't going to give her any money for a dress. Mm. And
I love that line. I still co-signed the checks.
Yeah. So Dad can't even go buy the. Yeah,
Dad has no balls.
Yeah,
like, damn.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, that guy has got no balls. Dude. It's crazy.
Yep.
But
well, she goes to school and we meet the rest of the cast of characters, right? Who consists
fun 80s guys.
Yeah.
Right.
There's the weird, dorky, fun guy. He wears like little electronic pins.
He does.
Like best
those were pieces of motherboard.
Yeah,
he was wearing his pins.
Hey, man, I had one of those. It was like a Chewbacca with glowing eyes that flashed on and off. They had a battery in it. There's a pin. Oh, yeah.
But he just had...
Was it made of a motherboard?
But they were just random
had
electronics.
A little chip in the
that
back
way
of it.
you know this guy's techie.
Yeah.
You know. Right? And his hair's weird.
Yeah. He's got a little light up bow tie.
He doesn't take anything seriously. Everything's a joke to him.
Yeah.
Which I always like these characters in these type of movies.
He's putting the potato experiment together at the beginning of the movie.
Scene.
The potatoes of battery and whatnot.
Like he always said, it contains AM, FM, and carbohydrates.
Yeah. It's a good line.
Yeah. Well, conversely, then there's the girl who wants to be the prom queen, who I guess, that's basically
she's like the
her.
Mean.
Kelly. Yeah. Kelly was that girl.
But she was awesome. I love that. That actress to me is awesome in this movie. She was like, just bitchy enough, but not like...
And thirsty.
Yeah.
Not
She held the Diet Pepsi.
Bitchy?
No,
not her. Oh my god.
I just realized what you said about the thirsty.
She was thirsty.
Yeah, she held the Diet Pepsi.
This movie was sponsored by Diet Pepsi.
She's like, oh my god, did she get a concussion? Ding. Choice of a new generation.
They're in the middle of gym class and she's standing there with a Diet Pepsi.
I like how nobody said you threw a ball at her head. Not like everybody's just talking after that how she just passed out, right? Mm. That's why that scene's weird. Like something's not right in the editing there or whatever. Because she
didn't faint. That was a freaking concussion. Like you hit her in the head.
But this after that, like we said, we see the rude rich girl throw the volleyball at the nerdy girl's head. It hits her head. She falls down. But then after that, all they ever do is refer to how she passed out in the gym.
Right.
No one's ever like, you fucking hit her.
Yeah. Well, there's no consequences as far as we know because we find out that the boyfriend who burned Mary Lou alive, inadvertently or not, is now the principal of the high school, and apparently hasn't actually.
That hairline, he was going to be principal.
He hasn't done any time or anything.
And that's played by Mr. Irons.
Because I don't think they saw him up there. You know?
Yeah. No, like we said, there's no investigating crimes at this point. She burned to death.
It's 1957. They're like, go home, kids.
That's like a magic year.
It's the third prom queen who had to scrape off the floor this month.
1957?
I thought it was 1956. I don't know.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, Mary Lou was the only one that saw
him. That's when Pumpkinhead starts?
Is it? 1957?
There's something
1957 is the horror
it's
year.
It's a good year. That's the year.
Basically, like, it's
a good year,
what, 20...
Yeah, well, it's 30 years, I guess, bringing it into 1987. Yeah. So everything. What was Pumpkinhead? Yeah, that was 88, right, when it was released. It's probably
30 years is the ultimate time. You need a generation to go by for horror to happen. It doesn't happen right away.
So that you just barely forget it, and then it comes back to bite you.
Yeah, it couldn't.
Just where you think you're safe.
But then again, no one's open. We didn't even talk about how no one. Vicky won't get a dress, so she goes down to like the.
She's like, I'm gonna get from the prop department.
It says prop department, but whatever. They're
theater storage. Yeah,
and she's gonna get a dress.
She's gonna grab stuff, make one. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got like it's like a, what do you call it? Yeah, like a shipping trunk or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a wardrobe trunk used to ship around.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, put everything haunted from 1957 in that trunk.
Right, so that's where I was kind of like, I got the idea that this is the haunted trunk or whatever, because the title came flying out of it. You know,
oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Right before the flashback.
Yep.
But,
that was good.
Title got to come from somewhere.
So what were the items? Because this is, I guess, like, since it is a ghost movie, you usually have like the cursed item that belonged to the ghost that once you fuck with it transfers itself over to you. And so it was like, so she finds I want to say she finds the tiara.
And the cape.
But neither of which were actually worn by Mary Lou.
No.
Right. She's like following them.
What it was the principal still wears the ring he gave her on prom night that says ML on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And doesn't Vicky comes and takes it from him in that weird scene, right? That's when she takes it. In the scene where, because this is, like I said, this is like the linchpin of the whole haunting. Like half of the movie.
I totally missed this.
Yeah, half of this movie is, I'm pretty fucking sure happened in this scene. God damn it, I hope I'm right.
No, it didn't.
Completely bullshit, you people. Just watch the fucking movie. But, so the first half is like Vicky having like hallucinations in Mary Lou's perspective, like the high school's dead, and like
this is where the Elm Street influence.
It really is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like that because Elm Street, you always knew the character had to fall asleep. Where in this, with a ghost, I like how it can kind of just happen.
Yeah,
reality can just kind of whoop. Yeah, and if you listen to our The Beyond, you know how we love our reality to go slightly kilter with no explanation. Reality is breaking down because we're dealing with supernatural and
spiders.
The beyond, beyond the beyond.
Yeah, some of the visuals in those nightmares are pretty. I mean, the one that stands out is the chalkboard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the chalkboard. Yeah, that was pretty good.
There's a scene where the character.
I knew she was getting sucked in.
What was something?
Help me is written backwards on it, and she goes up to investigate.
An awesome 80s animation.
Yeah,
it's all bright and shiny.
It's very bright. Yeah, like somebody scratching
something
through
from the other side.
She goes up to investigate it, and big chalk hands come out and like start grabbing at her and pull on her and like grab her and pull her in. But then it does that awesome shot where it kind of turns and she's being sucked into a pool, But you can tell it's like, the camera set up sideways and there's just a small pool.
The swirling phantom letters.
Yeah, and
that was awesome.
That was really
nice.
cool.
Except the writing on the board
and when she
swept into.
And when she finally goes through, even the letters are still kind of screwed up. Like some got left behind.
Like they got left behind, like in morph reality.
Right? Little details like that. I'm just like, wow.
That's pretty fun.
But here, I want to go back to the prop room because I feel like we're missing something there. Because when she was looking at the costumes and she finds the trunk, I think she actually goes in the trunk. Because she comes back out and she's not dressed.
No, that's when she gets sucked into the blackboard that we were just talking about. Then, Mary
That's after the blackboard?
It
went to blackboard to, that was like the portal. She got pulled into the blackboard. She ended up in the
That was her finally being possessed by Mary Lou. So that Mary Lou comes out of the trunk because her spirit is in this trunk, I guess.
Yes.
Which again,
I don't think it's necessarily tied to an item necessarily. I mean, they want the item. I mean, she wants the items. She craves those. Those are her fucking items, right? Like that's why when
it's almost like her like ghost energy has been building up over the years, and like she finally because the tiara
opening of the trunk,
right? And the tiara because he's been principal. Like everybody's been there for a while. Like why didn't it happen sooner? Like somebody finally went down and opened the trunk, but it's like her energy was building up inside of it, and somebody finally opened it and let it loose.
And removed the tiara.
Yeah,
so she's like, I gotta get it back. Or something.
She's like following the tiara in the cave.
Yeah.
And I like how when as soon as she opens the trunk, then that picture of
the class photo.
The class photo,
class photo. How that
it breaks right on Mary Lou.
Yeah, that was
That's
nice
pretty
touch.
good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And he gets he right away. He's just like, she's back.
His face is.
Yeah.
He's a genius. He's a genius.
He's a face actor, is what he is.
He gets so front. He's like, I'm scared. Everything looks
the eyes never change.
The first 40 minutes is just facial expressions.
Yeah. Well, he's like one of two holdovers from the 1950s, right? That have survived into the modern era. Mm-hmm. The other boyfriend, right? The one that Mary Lou was
guy
cheating
that
on.
was like, fuck it, we can fuck anywhere.
Yeah. So he's become a priest.
Because he feels so guilty.
Priest.
I like that. That's a good term for him. Somebody should I don't know. That's a good term for a character.
And so I shall spend the rest of my life
in penance.
You know what this movie was missing, I think, right? Was well, I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying like in the way that these movies are usually structured, like old, sci-fi movies and horror movies, like have that scene where somebody explains to you like the rules of how it's happening. You know what I mean? There's usually like that moment,
True.
True. They sit down and they're like, it's because of the whatever. If we could just get the thing back in the lake, then this will break the curse, and it all.
Well, that's what I like about this movie because nobody in real life would ever think about that type of shit, right?
They just know she's back.
They did kind of have it. The priest and the principal did have a conversation that kind of borderlines that.
It was just to the effect of like,
because Vicky comes and sees him at the whatever and starts making reference. Well, she goes to kill him, basically.
The priest.
Yeah, Vicky, as the possessed Mary Lou, does a callback to the original.
Yeah, she starts saying the phrases and stuff, and behaving in the way of
and then she makes the same reference about like something about a free country. That was like something she said that night to him while they were like getting busy in the backstage before the principal found.
What was that? Was there some sort of like anti-America propaganda there because they're like God bless America while they're going at it?
It was the 80s, man. We loved America back then.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the 50s.
Only in America was this girl
loved
America.
This was before hippies, so they loved America.
Yeah, and the hippies took that for themselves.
That's why it's all young, red, white,
Russia,
and blue.
it was
good.
Yeah. There's also like before Mary Lou's, I guess, can actually take possession of Vicky, who becomes the target. Her first like supernatural attacks in the physical world. I think the first one is this character Jess. This is the girl who finds out that she's pregnant. The one with
the very emotional
the hair.
The hair.
The hair is the only thing wrong with that scene, dude. Like,
oh boy,
I think that's a great scene for a fucking stupid like 80s movie.
Heavy,
like her pregnant, like
in the bathroom.
Oh my god, that was a great
that was
scene.
like kind of heavy. I was sitting there going like, I mean, even in the Elm Street movies, there's nothing really. And this is I'm considering this movie like an honorary Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Basically, honorary.
It's fair.
this is like these people wanted to make a Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the sequels, and so just made their own with a new,
that locker room scene where she was pregnant. That was straight out of an after-school special.
But I thought it was like the actors treated it like this is like serious dramatic acting.
It was like this is it.
Oh, this is like the tone of this is like kind of heavy for this type of movie. You know,
I like that line where because she talks about the boy fucking I thought he liked me, blah blah blah, and then she's like just move on. She's like, well, you kind of left me something to remember by. That's a fucking great line. Left me something to remember by.
It is. And the reactions to it are like it's sincere. It's damn. I was just like not expecting it from that scene. It's like okay, that happened.
Yeah. It was just like a weird tonal shit. Or I guess maybe not. It wasn't what I was expecting.
No, it was unexpected.
Movie.
Right, exactly.
But it was a good scene. But so what does Jess do that triggers the wrath of Mary Lou?
Well, she puts on the cape, and then she looks like she's trying to clean something from the tiara.
No, she's prying the jewels out because she's so angry.
But it seemed like it was an accident when she accidentally.
No, I think it was deliberate.
Well, she goes I thought she said whoops when she pops it out. I didn't think she meant to do that.
I think it was deliberate because she was talking about how because she's pregnant, she's coming to terms with it, and she's like, "This is bullshit. Everyone's worrying about prom. I've got a baby inside me." She's angry,
maybe
prying the jewels out.
But
the plastic jewels
set.
Hey, they're glass.
They were glass. They're classy.
Glass jewels. So then the full-on supernatural fury of Mary Lou is unleashed, and in the form of wind machines, confetti.
Right, her hair wasn't standing on end enough. They ended a wind machine.
But then it gets the closest that it gets, I think, really to there's another slasher moment, but there's what's the
paper cutter,
right? That every school has in the office.
Everywhere.
And she gets dragged by her hair by the supernatural force, and so
by the cape,
or by the cape. Sorry, into the paper cutter, right? And you see the thing above her neck, and you're like, "Oh, this is the moment that Mary Lou's going to cut her goddamn head off with the paper cutter," and then.
Psych.
Then all of a sudden the cape wraps around the overhead light, pulls her up, and you get that scene from A Nightmare on Elm Street where when Nick Corey gets hung in the jail cell. I was like, what
they
the
called
hell?
an audible halfway through that play. They're just like, let's cut her head.
Why aren't we cutting her head off?
Because nobody would have been like, that's a suicide.
True. Like the ghost is thinking that, I can't fake that.
So strings her up, and then when she's dead, throws her out the window.
Just in case.
We gotta I can't show my hand quite yet.
Just to wrap it up. Well, I like to believe a ghost likes to I'm gonna kick you here, I'm gonna shove you there, I'm gonna
Well, especially this one, we've already determined she's a bitch.
Yeah.
She's a fucking bitch.
And she pried that fucking jewel off that tiara, which magically reaffixes.
Oh yeah, she put it back on.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was an interesting dealio. So that's the first person who falls under the spell of Mary Lou, and then she begins her gradual takeover of Vicky, who starts seeing all of these apparitions, and
Dude, the best thing is the fucking horse. I love that. It's such. It's so weird.
Oh, it's so
just
weird.
such an oddball.
It's weird to have in the first place.
Yeah, because it doesn't serve a purpose.
17 years old, she's got a rocking horse.
It's like an old rocking horse
in her room.
But I figure if their family's really religious, then they treat her like a little girl, right? So thus she's got a fucking.
But it was a big rocking horse. Like a kid's not going to fit on that.
It almost looks like a carousel.
It's for her.
Every girl wants a pony.
It's a carousel horse.
True?
Yeah.
But it is a rocking horse.
It is a rocking horse, yeah.
But it's also that it comes alive with these awesome red eyes.
And it's got flaring nostrils.
And its tongue.
The tongue.
Oh, it's slimy, milky tongue.
It's like that It's like an animatronic from when the
80s.
Tongue in the phone for Nancy.
From the 80s.
It's kind of like that. Only I don't know. In some ways, better. This mechanical,
because the eyes look so
demon
awesome.
Horse.
Yeah,
they're not glowing. They're those slitted eyes, but they're
they're red with that little black slit in them.
Yeah.
And I know I'm jumping forward, but there's the part before the prom where she's sitting on it. She's stroking the tongue.
What is
that?
It's
really weird.
It was really weird.
You're just what the hell?
What am I watching?
But
now I know this is gonna sound weird, but we need you to sit on the horse and finger its mouth a little bit.
Well, I like how when it first happens,
Go with me on
reacts
this.
so normally. She just goes, "Get out of here! This is my room." That's what she says. To this.
Yeah.
Her fucking horse came alive. But
I was hoping it would turn around and start talking to her.
But I like how it kind of shows her. I mean, fuck, maybe even a little Evil Dead, like Poltergeist, Evil Dead. Like, it's so weird. Like, but maybe since she thinks she's dreaming, or since there's supposed to be this whatever, she kind of reacts to it naturally and not,
But that scene, the covers shoot up over her. That's straight up Elm Street.
For sure. Well,
and it starts molesting her.
They vacuum form to her body.
Yeah.
And then
that's Mary Lou testing out the measurements.
It's like, this will work.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good body.
Yeah.
I think the actress did a great job. Like, I always thought that would, if you would ever want a fucking role in a movie, it would have to be like playing the good guy and the bad guy, like, halfway through, because you get to really.
And she does it well. She did a good switch.
She did a good job,
She did a good switch.
When she's like, Mary Lou / Vicky is looking at, like, I don't know, some people
they're
fixing something.
They're hanging up stuff for
and
the
just
prom.
like, I mean, it's just the camera's just looking at her like chewing her gum, just be like, no, do it. It's just how
Bonehead.
fucking assertive and aggressive she is. Yeah. Bonehead.
I gotta say though, I think she was better off playing Mary Lou. I don't think she was all that great playing Vicky.
Like,
I don't think so.
Buy it, or what do you mean?
I think it was a little too forced. I think she was trying to be like the straight girl.
Like Carrie. It was Carrie,
a little
right?
too
You can't
forced.
wear
Side
makeup.
ponytail. Side ponytail.
Her facial expressions, like her eyes got all big. It was a little too comedic. It was just very forced. Mary Lou seemed a little more fluid to me.
She's very good as Mary Lou. She did good.
She did good as Mary Lou. Yeah.
It reminded me too of, again,
Horse
you
tongue.
can't get away from the Elm Street thing, but the Lisa Wilcox role in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, where she was kind of like without makeup and all that at the beginning of the movie, and she kind of looks a little dowdy, and then as the movie, she gets all the dream powers, she gets dolled up a little bit. It was kind of that. It was like, we're gonna take an actress who's decent looking, take all of her makeup off, and then do her hair all ponytails and shit, and then
I like when Vicky's friend comes up to her and asks her about the clothes. She's like, "What happened to you? Like, are you a like? What'd she say about her fashion?" She's like, "These are my clothes." Like, what do you like? I was just like, "That's awesome. That's great. Such a great fucking response to that."
The evil possessed Mary Lou. Mary Lou knows how to use answering machines. Also, she leaves a voicemail.
They're very tech savvy. Very tech savvy.
Yeah,
the devil was back then.
I know. It's like if some contractor, somebody's calling for your mom, whatever, and gets that message. It's like, "Hello, this is Mary Lou," and
Vicky doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah,
places to go, people to kill. It's just like, whoa, what?
Yeah, that's fun. I think that's really fun. It's a good taunt to other characters, or just anyway in general.
It's just meant for one guy to call the house.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. But it could have been anyone. I don't know. Well, yeah, because that's her revenge. Really, is the principal's son.
Mm-hmm.
She is. Did we even mention that Vicky is dating the principal's son?
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah. So
right.
Haha.
Surprise!
Are you shocked? So I think that's really the revenge. The revenge is to like what I don't know, kill. That's what I like about this ghost. All ghosts to me in all their other movies have stupid agendas, and it's like she's just fucking around with all these people.
She doesn't have an agenda. She's just fucking with people.
I mean, she wants to win prom queen.
That's her agenda.
That's her agenda, but she's not really.
Yeah, in the meantime,
she's just anybody that pisses her off for any fucking reason.
Yeah, well, it's still the extension of her personality, right?
Yeah.
Right? She's in an argument with the one friend, her other friend who's still around.
The one that she chased around naked.
It really picked up at that point.
I was surprised, actually. You usually don't see your lead actresses in these movies like full on naked.
Full naked.
Full frontal.
Chasing people around locker rooms.
Bravo.
That was a weird scene, especially as a young child, because like she like pisses her off.
Did it confuse you?
Well, because Mary Lou / Vicky is kind of ignoring her friend and listening to music, and her friend keeps shutting off the radio. Then the friend gets pissed, goes to take the shower, and Mary Lou just fucking comes in and first just like touches her back and she's like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, oh, and like turn around like really receptive. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then of course Mary Lou starts like pecking on her face, like forcing it's such like a odd,
this happens, right?
Yes.
I mean,
all the
this
time.
happens. All this is true.
No, despite what you want to believe.
I would actually assume that's the more realistic version of a girl just starting to kiss another girl. Like, the fuck are you doing?
Showers are a lot more fun when you're kissing your friends.
I bet.
That's all I'm saying.
I bet. I'm gonna try some.
I'm not your friend.
Well, I meant girl.
I am.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So they put in boobs to get your attention again because they were losing you.
Then
Admit
they're
it.
like chasing each other around and
In towels.
Can we talk
in
about her
awkward ways.
Can we talk about her doing laps around the locker room?
Yeah.
Can we talk about
They had
that?
to make it seem like it was bigger than it was.
They really did. There's a scene that just goes on for like 5 seconds too long. She's rounds the corner.
Running in a
that
towel
was
in
fantastic.
circles around
Wait, what did
lockers.
she do to kill her? Oh, the girl hides in the locker, and then Mary Lou uses her psychic power to smash the lockers together.
Yeah.
The blood.
Because
That's good.
Because
That's
she
pretty
has psychic
fun.
powers now.
Yeah.
If
That
it can-
happens.
Well, they're not like they're ghost powers.
Ghost
guys.
powers.
Poltergeists.
You're right. You're right.
But I've
Yeah,
never,
you can
like,
move
if you can
things.
surprise me, I'm like, I'm all for it. I've never seen that before. Like, just cosmically smashing a locker and then all the blood and guts falling out. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Never seen that one
dude.
before. I like it.
Yeah.
For it. Crushing
after
naked
that-
girls in lockers.
Well, before the prom, then the next person she kills is the priest. Who does the satanic ritual? I know it's a Catholic ritual or whatever, but
Feels
it's
satanic.
shot the way that they shoot
Because-
satanic rituals. He's on the floor, cross-legged,
Because he's going
in the
with
center
deep,
of like
this is
lit
deep Jesus, all right?
There's a candle formation.
Yeah.
It's weird.
candle formation.
Yeah.
He's reading Latin out of a book, and the way that just the camera angles and everything. He's in the dark, and it's like this is how, like in Hellraiser or whatever the hell, whenever somebody's summoning the
opening
dead,
box.
they do it, and it's like, what the hell?
Got a big
I
Bible.
personally think this is their way of demonizing religion in this movie. Even though religion plays a big part, it's seen as like, but it's really demonizing it
Yeah.
by using the mother as like the crazy Carrie type mother, using just that, right? Fucking
Yeah.
demon be gone.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
Well, it also
Yeah.
made the priest complicit in the murder, the original murder, right? Because he at one point says to Michael Ironside's character, like something
We
like,
did it.
"Yeah, or you
whatever.
killed her," something about you murdered her or whatever. So
He's
it's
like, I'm
so
just
you
as
knew
guilty
this?
as you, or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
You knew this all these years, and you never, like, the guy obviously never.
Well, there
went
was
to jail
that
for
scene
it.
where Michael Ironside
Like, I'm not
drives
gonna
up
be-
to the curb, and the priest is like always waiting outside for like, will he confess his sins? Not today.
Actually, I think he was leaving. I think he had his
It
briefcase.
felt like he was waiting.
No, he just because that was right at the beginning, right after the
glass
the
break
glass broke on the picture.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
But he pulls up, and then he struggles with it. He's like, I can't do it. Well, I don't know.
Like the priest felt something too. He's like,
Like,
maybe
Bill?
It's not like Bill. Yeah, he does say that. Bill.
Maybe that was it. He was driving by because he's like, I know something's up. The glass broke. This is really eerie. It's like the 30th anniversary.
Really? I thought he
today.
wanted to confess.
Like, I want to go talk to. Yeah, maybe.
Because you wouldn't jump to ghost just because like a picture
I was
breaks.
never sure at what point they were actually like ghost, at this, because I was like, are
Never
they
really.
Are they? Well, at
The
one point,
priest
the
is.
priest
And-
goes
well,
out
'cause
to
Vicky,
the cemetery, and his Bible catches on fire at Mary Lou's
Tiny Bible.
Oh yeah, that.
grave site.
Yeah, that happened.
So it was like, okay, something really evil is happening here. It's like, this is, she's
oh wow,
back
I've never
at
seen
this
that one
point, right?
before.
Yeah.
Bible on fire.
That's new.
Interesting.
And
And
then,
the daughter's making out with the dad.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
The priest never saw this.
dude,
but
that's a.
it's a really weird scene
Yeah.
because the
was
dad
kinda
doesn't
into it.
really like, what are you doing? He gets into it. Which is like, what the?
It's the most
Yeah,
action
he
he's
doesn't
had.
stop her.
It's the most
Once-
action he's had
Dude,
in
once
years.
again,
I
it's the
don't care.
filmmakers demonizing religious people, saying that they're hypocrites and they're actually these sinful blah, blah, blah,
Inbreeders.
blah, for sure. Oh yeah, I mean it's not like driven home. It's not
No.
like
It's not like hitting you in the face.
no,
but it's there.
but it's there. It's saying like even though you believe you are moral, you'd make out with your fucking daughter,
Mom
messed
interrupts
up.
this awkward scene.
because the mom's not sexual.
No.
You just get that.
she blows mom out the door or something like that? Did she do anything
she just
to Dad?
blows mom out the door. It was awesome.
No, I think she just
other than leaving her
traumatized.
Yeah, left him in a wake.
Just left him in a bad
With an
place.
erection for the rest of his life.
Just left him in a bad place is all.
Yeah.
She goes all Carrie. Well, she didn't actually go all Carrie on the mom. I was expecting some kind of, I guess the fact that she uses some kind of psychic force to knock, mom out the door.
I don't know what happened there.
It's not fucking.
They don't really show what happened there. They just show the mom in front of the door, and she's scared of the daughter.
She's like, "You're not going to leave this house, harlot, whore of the night."
Yeah. Jezebel.
Let's bring that one back.
Jezebel?
Yeah. Or whore of the night.
Whatever happened to Hussy?
Streetwalker?
Hussy, yeah.
Hussy,
I like Hussy. Tramp is a good one.
There you go. Yeah. So then she goes to the prom, this reincarnated.
Whore of the night sounds like a award.
I know. Then every prom movie has to have that shot, that kind of the crane shot that lifts up and you get to see everybody, all the revelers below, and they're playing the 80s music.
The worst prom decorations of all time.
Really black in there.
They had math on the walls.
Granted, that was a bad choice.
But it was senior. I don't know.
Math. They put math on the walls.
It was
That's
not
their
the fish under the sea.
Learning.
Yeah.
We're in school.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it's all neon, flashing.
There were
neon. Neon stars, or was it?
I've actually seen
it was like neon lightning and then stars.
I've actually seen
like
worse
swirls.
proms, though. I have. I've seen worse proms in movies.
A lot of tinsel.
Yeah. Yeah, tinsel. They think tinsel makes everything.
There's always a fucking palm tree.
Masters of the Universe. Look at the Masters of the Universe dance, right? Where there's like an Eiffel Tower cardboard standee. It's like, that's it. There's a stage, and you're like, there you go.
It wasn't all set
Enjoy
up
your
yet.
dance, you know?
It wasn't totally set up yet.
Well, yeah. Well, don't make excuses for Masters of the Universe.
I will, damn it. I love that movie.
No, I fucking love that goddamn movie. Like, I actually want to start talking about it, but
But you can go back and listen to our Masters of the Universe episode.
yes, you can.
So there's a little bit of drama at the prom because there's the girl who wants to become the prom queen.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Thank you very much. Kelly goes and approaches the nerdy dude.
Oh, Lord. Yep.
What a great scene.
Because he can actually.
He's in his little, like, nerd cave.
Right.
This is like AV room, right? The AV geek room.
Where the beer is behind the computer.
Where's the boy that knows the computer?
He's
There's only one.
Because apparently the prom queen is the vote is computer generated.
It must be,
It's
right?
tallied on a computer, I guess.
way.
Yeah.
Cutting edge shit.
right.
Oh, yeah, dude. I
It's
bet
1987.
I
He's
bet
got a Macintosh Plus.
Well, I bet if you go to a prom now, they'd have some tablet, some bullshit.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
Yeah.
People just love to use technology.
That's all the DJ uses is a tablet.
Who?
The DJ.
Oh.
That's all they use now is tablets.
Fucking tablets.
It's bullshit.
I hate it.
We're using a computer to record this.
What?
But it's a laptop,
I hate it
not
too.
a tablet.
That podcast goes.
No, I love you.
But
She goes and sees him.
Yeah, because he was dating the hot friend who
The one who got
killed
died
in the
naked
shower.
in the shower. Yes.
Which didn't make sense. There's a whole scene about how I love that scene actually, where she's like I'm beautiful and this and no, but hey, you want to go to the prom? Fuck off, asshole, or whatever she says. She's like, and nobody will ask. But yeah, why would she go?
School? That guy was so serious. That guy's my favorite. Man,
Can I have a word with you after school?
Word. I want to have a word with you.
That guy. Ooh.
But yeah, I don't understand why that hot chick would go with a nerd. I just don't get it.
She was desperate. It was
She liked him.
Because the first scene where she's introduced,
Because you can't admit you love the nerd.
He likes you. But yeah, but he's a nerd. I'm sure he likes anything.
Yeah, you can't admit he loves a
Right?
nerd.
She's like,
What are you saying about nerds?
How's she that desperate? Yeah, I'm saying that about nerds. Girl?
it was kismet. It was a little love story. I mean, that scene where they were walking down the street and they realized how they felt about each other.
They're just playing.
Yeah.
The guy did have, I mean, his first two, well, no, his second and third scenes were the same scene where he's like, I don't have nothing to do for the prom. I don't have nothing to do for the prize. Like, geez, they got nothing for this guy. It's like,
That's one note.
He's like, I'm going to get drunk and puke in the trash can because I'm a teenager.
because I'm a teenager, which we've all said when you were a teenager. Because I am a teenager.
You can get away with everything.
Well, since I am 30, I will be drinking this beer since I'm a 30-year-old man.
Yeah. So he, of course, like the girl, the Kelly.
Kelly.
Wants the votes rigged. And so he's like, well, I'll trade you. I'll
He's like, you know
vote.
my price.
That was also a nice scene where, like, at first when she comes to him to bribe him, he just writes it on the computer and she just looks at it and says, like, fuck off or whatever the hell. Like, they don't reveal it, what his, like...
demands are.
You knew what it was. He's like, dude, it's 1987. He's a teenager.
I'm a teenager.
It's only one thing.
We all love blowjobs.
Yeah.
We're teenagers.
But that's just
There
great
it
that
is.
she gives him the blowjob and still loses.
That was great.
Oh, but she makes
And the
him type
callback.
while she's doing it.
Yeah.
Because Mary Lou, like, this is what's really dumb about
It's
it.
just a
'Cause,
lot
like,
of A's.
I love Mary Lou's Ghost Force, but she had to, like, hold an electric wire to, like, electrocute the guy in front of his computer.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Which was a good death scene, I
know,
thought.
the
Like,
effects, they were
the
pretty
eventual
easy.
it
makeup.
was pretty good. They went a little too heavy on the actual, like,
The electricity,
the animation because it
No, because I
covered a lot.
wanted to,
They're
right. I wanted to see more of him. Like,
more animation.
I think my
Getting
favorite
ass.
part about that scene was the fact that she pulls a can of Banaka out of her purse before she
Right,
gets
yeah,
on her
yeah,
knees.
That was hilarious. That's hilarious.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like the tone of this, like that scene, the pregnancy scene seems out of tone with the rest of the movie.
Yes, it does.
right?
It's like it's still going to have its jokes and be kind of light, and it's got this really serious.
It's like the
fucking
first
scene.
thing they shot and they looked at and they're like, what the fuck are
Yeah.
we doing? Change everything.
Uneven direction, but
They're like,
More blowjobs.
if we're gonna do this, we got to put some boobs in here somewhere.
Well, I guess it was the first murder, so they wanted you to care about that character, and she had nothing else to.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
pregnant, so now you care.
We were just like, look at her, she's the art gal, wild hair.
Would it
Who dresses
surprise
like
you
that?
if I told you that this movie was originally shot
do it.
under the
Don't do it.
title
Don't
"The
do it.
Haunting of
No.
Something High"? What is it? Edgewater High
No, the Haunting of Hamilton High.
of Hamilton
I'll
High.
think of it. No.
No,
And
the movie was never supposed to be a sequel.
that's right.
Yes.
So the
Well,
producer
They have to make money.
reshot half of
Yeah,
the film
put a name on
before it completed production.
Really?
And the
Yes.
film's title was later changed to Prom Night II to build on the success of Prom Night and
Yes.
hopefully start another slasher.
Well, that's
franchise.
why. I mean, you can tell, like, whoever the fuck did the rocking chair horse is not the person that did the Mary Lou coming out
Right,
of
there-
the body. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where it's like, where the fuck did the budget go? Like, it would put it all on the horse. No, that thing's gotta look fucking real,
Well, they clearly blew it all on the horse and not enough on the face and the face in the cafeteria food.
On the horse.
Oh, yeah, the head.
Yeah, horse. The white, the pale horse.
The horse.
Well, the effect that you're talking about, not the one in the cafeteria, but like, the possessed Vicky gets the crown, becomes prom queen. Michael Ironside makes his way back to the auditorium so he can shoot the
He's
girl.
the only one that can do it.
Yeah.
He shot he
killed
killed a
her
prom
before.
queen in
And he dug up her
1957.
fucking
He can
body.
do it again in 1987.
6 hours he spent
know
in the
how to kill
graveyard
people.
digging this
That was
girl
pretty
up.
cool.
That found the
he
priest's
found the
body
priest,
in there.
Like, yells at him and then hugs him.
Hugs?
Yeah, his dead
Like,
body.
he's bipolar.
Because they
He's gonna
shared,
win.
they shared something like you fucked her. No, oh my god, no, he didn't actually. That's
I'm
oh
the
my
only
god, I
one
forgot that line. That
Yeah.
he's like, I've been with you, I've been going with you for a year.
We've
and
been pinned for a year.
He's like, you want to shake hands? That's the closest she'll ever get. That was the best line, dude. What a bird, man. I was like, holy fuck. If I was Michael Ironside, I would have killed that dude. I was like, you motherfucker. Wiping the tears from my eyes.
Whole different movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Great
good.
scene, man. Great scene.
Yeah. Well, that leads to the like demons-ish birth of the real
yeah.
Mary Lou from the body of Vicky, like your
alien style.
punches out of this full-grown person. Well, she comes out of it like as this decomposing, burned corpse, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then kind of reconstitutes herself right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to do almost like a time lapse. Like they would have wanted to do a time lapse
Right,
of
just
her
the-
being a decrepit burnt thing to,
and then coming back to whole.
Which I even still like.
Cutaways. We'll just do it in cutaways.
In a weird way, how I mean, in the idea of more is less. I mean, I even like it how she's running around at the end, where there's really just kind of a little bit of like
burn skin or whatever the fuck that was. Yeah,
it just sells it. It sells
She's not pristine. She's got a little bit, a little something
I mean. Like, I don't, it's in a weird way. It's almost like they fucking wasted money trying to do that. He's got that weird.
What's with that weird thing?
Is it a real scar? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that like boil.
Maybe
It looked like a welt.
Something. Like, maybe did he get hit? Speaking of getting hit, we forgot about the sun. Like, I can find her my damn self. Where are my shoes?
Where are my shoes?
Where are my shoes? I can do it myself.
Where's my shoes?
Where's my shoes? All right, here.
Michael Ironside picked him up and knocked him over the head.
Actually, when you said that, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, that guy's in that movie.
Like, he's running throughout the movie.
In there.
He literally is running throughout the movie.
Nobody, like, he is completely ineffective because Michael Ironside has that character's, like, you know, he is the guy who carries the whatever revenge from the 50s and going to get the justice on the.
He's there for comic relief and athletic relief because he books it through that school. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Slow down, buddy.
Yeah. But he can't stop Mary Lou. Wait, how did they stop Mary Lou?
They didn't.
She comes out of the... did they?
They didn't.
He shoots Vicky. Michael, he does. Get up there.
And
Michael Ironside shoots Vicky and he's like, I did it, guys. It's over.
Drops the gun.
I killed Vicky Carpenter.
Done.
What the fuck? Like the principal. And that's got to be crazy for a son.
Oh, and then the son. That's when the son
killing
comes in.
Your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like the fuck.
Then he jumps on the dead body. He's like,
But
she's barely alive.
And at this point, when she emerges from Vicky's body, is when she starts chasing him, and they end up back downstairs in the prop room.
Well, first she becomes Carrie and kills the kids in the with fluorescent lights.
Well, she
but you don't see it.
She kills Kelly. She kills Kelly.
Everybody else is kind of running around and falling down.
Yeah.
So maybe they died.
Yeah, we're not sure if they died.
I don't think they really did, but Kelly is dead.
Screw you, bitch.
Does kill Kelly, lightning bolt to the stomach.
Lightning bolt to the stomach.
She drops her Diet Pepsi. Done.
Slowly.
Right. Surfer dude boyfriend made it. I can't remember.
I think he made it.
I just remember her getting the.
Oh yeah, everybody else made
She
it.
got stabbed with
the lightning bolt.
I'm assuming they were supposed to die.
Probably.
There was a big crowd at the end where everybody's like outside with the cops going, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking ghost.
So he chases her down, or she chases him down to the prop room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she's going to like suck him into the trunk.
The trunk.
Was that his plan?
Because it's a portal?
That's her plan.
That's how ghosts eat. Ghosts through
sucking your energy.
The haunted item.
Right.
I don't know. I have like a blank spot. I can't remember how she got in because I remember the real Vicky Carpenter coming out
what
of
it is Michael
covered
Ironside.
in the whatever ectoplasm.
It's like she was in the box the whole time,
right?
And she just took her form outside.
Mary Lou did.
Mary Lou took Vicky's form outside.
Right.
It's just like Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Exactly.
Freddy Krueger takes over the boy.
Yeah.
Once you kill Freddy, he can come out ahead. It's a way of like whatever. But Michael Ironside, he's the dude that comes up with the idea. She just wants her tiara.
He realizes she just wants the crown.
You know, just like all ghosts, you got to lay him to rest and all that jazz. You just got to do it, whatever. And she kisses him.
I remember. And they're magically transported back to the.
Which I even love that, right? Because that's Michael Ironside's fantasy or whatever, right?
And
she never cheated on him. She's prom queen. They fucking love each other. They had a good night that night, or whatever the hell.
And they're in the box.
Two in the box. Yeah, because Mary Lou comes out of the box, and we end it like Nightmare on Elm Street. Again.
She's covered in ectoplasm at this point.
Yeah, dude, I love that look.
Yeah.
Whenever you get done with a ghost, you should look like...
just like they snotted all over you. Just...
Yeah.
So happy ending.
Pulls her out.
Elm Street era ending.
Right. They walk outside, like everybody's confused. Bodies are being taken away. And they're just like,
we're confused too because we're like, what the fuck, Michael?
And then Michael Ironside shows up. Ironside shows up again. We're like, he should be in the box.
Well, that's why I was like, he is in the box, right? This is actually her. That was a tip-off.
He's like, come on, kids. They get in the car. They're going to leave. Everyone seems happy.
I like it.
Music starts playing.
Well, I like how, he turns on the music and it's going to be Hello, Mary Lou. Oh,
the hand comes around.
And he turns around.
He's wearing that Mary Lou ring. I love
They're
it.
playing our song.
Oh, dude, it's great.
Eyes light up.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate
Let's drive.
I hate when they're like, they won't know they're possessed unless their eyes glow.
Yeah, well, you gotta have. Send them out
they do that nowadays. I was like, we have it.
And they didn't quite line up. They're like, we got $10 left. What can we get?
We got like
little blue dots.
They didn't have motion tracking back then or whatever.
Just, get it close.
After Effects.
Get it close.
Probably some guy actually animating that by hand.
Oh,
for all we know.
I like that. What was that movie?
Miserables.
No, what was that Spanish ghost movie? La Negra Noche.
The Black Cat.
Negra Noche.
House of the Black Cat. I know what you're talking about. So the three women.
Casa de,
I don't
in that movie, what they had almost like the mirror image eyes, like almost like cat eyes when she was like showing the signs of the
Queen
ghost.
of the Damned, right? They had
awesome.
like the mirror eyes or whatever in there.
I wish I could remember.
It's a nice look.
Damn movie.
It is. It's creepy.
De la Noche. Whatever.
De la Noche de Death.
So this was not the end.
Casa de Negra Noche. Right? Casa
that
de
sounds
Negra,
about right.
Casa de
Negra Noche.
No, whatever.
Casa de Negra Noche.
Google it, folks.
Hey.
Great ghost movie remake.
And as the car's driving
and
away,
exposed.
the license plate.
Says Mary Lou 2.
Mary Lou 2.
Which I like that. Calling for sequels, man. Which they did get.
Yeah, I was going to say,
They
speaking
got
of
fucking
which.
2 sequels out of
They
this.
did.
So what happens now? You tell me, because this is... what do you...
You're like, what happens in Hello, Mary Lou or Prom Night 3?
What is it called? Is it just Prom Night 3?
It's called
Last Kiss.
Prom Night 3, Last Kiss. And then what's Prom Night 4 called? Prom Night 4...
Heaven's on Fire. No, I don't.
Heaven's on Fire.
Yeah.
I got this.
See that one.
But Prom Night 3...
These continue on with Mary Lou, right?
Mary Lou becomes the Freddy Krueger of the series or whatever.
Gotcha.
And... Shit, god damn it. The opening of Prom Night 3 is her.
Oh, Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil.
Oh, Jesus.
But, I swear to God, this is how it opens. It shows Mary Lou's grave. And I can't remember if it pans down or whatever, but then it shows a string of women, like in a chorus line, all chained up together. And it's very dark, so you can't see any scene. Or I'm sure you could, but and then it shows like Mary Lou has like a nail file and she's filing at the chains and she breaks
She's
free.
in hell or something?
Yeah, and she breaks free with a nail file. Yeah, I mean. If anything, she kind of like falls in love with this guy. It's a weird love story. So it's almost like a ghost falling in love with the guy. Like, I do want to finish watching it just to see where the fuck it goes.
Yeah, sounds wild.
But it's so cheap. Like, they don't even do like throwback clothing. Like, Mary Lou looks like she's wearing a prom dress from fucking like late 80s. It's so like, oh fuck, that's not Mary Lou. They don't use the same actress, of course. They're so cheap. Like, the opening has like a principal talking about how like ever since the gym fire they're reopened. But I swear to God, it looks like it's like a black room with just like spotlights on the fucking principal, so you can't tell like we are not in a high school.
In the movie, we were like,
no,
do we have a stage we're not using? Stage.
I think
you can use the conference room.
yeah, probably the. But
take all the furniture out. Put it
but
back
you can actually YouTube the director's cut of 3 that has like gore and all that shit. Yeah. So you can actually YouTube all the Prom Night movies. No one cares. No one cares. Even though MGM, the DVD was released by MGM, but
right. Well, this one actually went to theaters. I remember.
It did.
It had a great poster.
Well, because
flopped.
It does.
Did it?
It did.
Like, I have a memory of this, like the when it was the ad was in the newspaper alongside like Friday the 13th Part 7 or something, like the same weekend, or somehow it was playing about the same time.
Double feature.
Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. So, anything left to you got on Hello, Mary Lou? Prom Night 2.
We touched on it.
We got it.
All right. Well, then we should
touched
probably...
us, we touched it.
Igor?
We should summon Igor.
Igor! Igor!
Masters, the mail. I've got the mail. So many letters. Our followers are rising.
Why, thank you, Igor.
Took you fucking forever, Igor.
So good
Jesus.
shot caller.
Damn.
So Igor's first comment actually comes to us from, hold on Twitter. Gemstar79 says, I remember these movies from my childhood. I was like 1 when the first one came out and 8 when part 2 came out. So, I mean, this is like, it was how old were you?
When this came out?
Yeah, you said
I was 5.
You're 5?
But I didn't see this until I was, probably 9 or like
I was like
8
1.
I was 2.
Well, see, I was like in junior high. I mean, that's why it's like I'm watching this movie sitting there going like, I was a couple years off from being in high school, the age of these kids when it actually happened. Nick Hammond says, don't show it, freak show it.
Hey,
Oh.
He says, and this is a
buy the t-shirt.
yeah. Come on.
Saturday Night Freak Show.blogspot.com. He says, and this is a freak show movie. 80s stank galore, big hair, cheesy dialogue, boobs, and gore mixed together make this a great flick to watch with friends. Plus, it has a Nightmare on Elm Street feel to it. See you later, alligator. Which is trademark. There you go. He worked it in.
Yeah, we really could have just read that and saved ourselves the podcast.
Oh, don't tell people that.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Guess what? Fired. No.
All right, so now we get to do our own wrap-ups, and that starts with me, unfortunately, tonight. First one
you're
up.
used to saying other people's names. You could
Yeah, I
say
know.
me and go with it, but you go.
Who goes first tonight, Sean?
Colin!
Oh, thank you very much. Prom Night II. It's a competently made, 80s. I don't want to say it's a slasher movie, right? Because it's in that mold. We are killing people off, and there's a body count. But it is more like a fantasy kind of thing, like Nightmare on Elm Street. But it's got to be, of all the Nightmare on Elm Street, wannabes that I've seen. And this definitely is a Nightmare on Elm Street wannabe.
Absolutely.
I mean, like I said earlier, the producers of this movie watched A Nightmare on Elm Street and said, I want to make one of those. But they don't own Freddy Krueger, so they went and made Mary Lou. And then somebody said, this should be a prom night movie. Yeah. And then we'll just tie in and kind of take this. But the inventiveness of some of the, dare I say, dream scene? No, okay. So the visions or whatever. I mean, some of them, especially the vacuum form bedspread and the chalkboard scene. I mean, they're right out of a Freddy Krueger movie, and they're as good as something that you'd see in a Freddy Krueger movie. I mean, like all of these things, the characterizations are kind of wonky, worse than your average Freddy Krueger movie, probably. And, I mean, I was going to say, the acting is probably about the same as a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. So, overall, there were some moments where we were howling in laughter, where I don't think, when you watch, even the bad Elm Street movies, well, they're bad for other reasons.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't laugh at all of 4 and 5. I'm just
you're just like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's the difference right there, folks. That's the difference between this. So you just think of your worst Nightmare on Elm Street movies. This one is bad in a way that is unintentionally
enjoyable
funny.
when you laugh at it, yeah.
If you watch it, if you're drinking and watching this, it can be a howler. It is a Saturday Night Freak Show movie. I think it's a lot of fun. It was kind of the beginning portion of it was a little bit slow, kind of until we started racking up some of the kills and stuff.
No pun intended.
Cha-cha. But I would say check it out. It's a neat little. You just temper your expectations, but it's a freak show movie, and you should see it because, damn it, we said so.
Indeed. I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I've seen part 1, but again, like we discussed at the very beginning of the podcast, I kind of barely remember it, the head sliding down when she's walking the thing, and
the people making out in the van.
Other than that,
Jamie Lee Curtis running around with her shirt open, you can see her bra.
Yeah.
Look at this.
But I mean, comparatively, like this one is part 2 is far more entertaining. Like I was really surprised by this. Again, it's also one of the best made 2 movies and put them together movie we've seen because we've seen a couple of them on this podcast, and this is the best version of that I've seen yet. They pulled that off pretty well. I mean, who doesn't love Michael Ironside? Come on.
It's true.
It is that freak show movie. It has everything you want. I mean, it's got some pretty creative kills that I haven't seen before. It's got the nudity. It's got a pretty good story to it. Again, it's kind of the acting and the little parts. I mean, but you got the fucking horse. Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, you're just like, well, we're here for other stuff. But it's not bad for most of this movie. You got the horse. You got the effects, which are actually pretty darn good for this. I recommend it. I want to watch it again, actually.
Right now.
We can put it on the background. I'd be all for that. Can we start at like the 30-minute mark?
Why don't you just say you want to start at the shower scene?
Let's start at the shower scene.
Can we watch the show?
Holly.
Yeah, I didn't really like it, but I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining. I would watch this if it was late at night and I've had a few too many to drink, much like a night like tonight. But
like when I was 12.
Yeah, like when I was 12. Obviously we already said the acting wasn't very good, but I do think Mary Lou was cool, and I liked Vicky as Mary Lou, as we talked about earlier. That was decent. I kind of felt like they didn't know quite how to end it. Like I knew you could tell that they wanted to do the she's not really dead ending, but they couldn't really figure out how to nail it down. So they kind of did 3 different things. Like, oh, she's gone. Nope, she's not gone. Oh, she's gone. Nope, she's not gone. That kind of bugged me. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really wouldn't watch it again.
It's a pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Should we say pass?
Well, I love this movie. But just because, I mean, how many fucking haunted high school movies are there? Like haunted high school movies.
What about Cabin Fever's? Was it Patient Zero?
Saw that?
No.
Who saw that?
It's not haunted.
Why must you say bad things to people?
Takes place at prom.
But it's not haunted. I don't know. But
Trick or Treat.
You know why this movie?
What's the return? What was the old
Return to Horror High?
No, what was the one with like George Clooney? Was it George Clooney? There was also another one where they went back to a high school and stayed in it, and one of the old killer came back and killed him. That was a good one. I remember seeing that. I forgot what it was fucking called.
George Clooney?
No, not
I mean, there's lots of high school horror movies.
But
Brad Pitt's first horror movie.
Cutting Class.
Cutting Class.
Yeah.
Pretty Boy Killer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like ghost movies, and that's why I think this movie stands out for me, is because it does play with that Nightmare on Elm Street sort of slasher Carrie dealio. But it works for me just because I like a ghost. So many ghost movies, all you're doing is like it's late at night. You walk into the living room and there's a woman in black.
She's usually in white.
She's in the window or whatever the fuck.
Wait, can we make a movie called The Man in Black?
No. Why?
No.
Why? You got an idea?
Copyright.
The Man in Black.
I think fucking what's his name would have a little problem with that.
No, we need to be the son of the woman in black. The son of the woman in black.
Right, make them think there was an original when there really wasn't. We go straight to the sequel.
But like one of the things that this movie did for me at a very young age was made me think differently on the meaning of lyrics, right? Because Hello Mary Lou is Prom Night II. We got Rick Nelson's Hello Mary Lou, Goodbye Heart, Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. And that's just like, then if we fast forward to like 1408, the Stephen King 1408, where every 2 hours the room is haunted, and it starts with the Carpenters' We've Only Just Begun. You know, it's like, I fucking love songs that don't mean what you use the context for. Like, I just think that's
Fallen and Time Is on My Side.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
right? Yeah, for sure. Exactly. No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I like that because then, I don't know, it just does something. for the movie, and I like of course the music in this movie is great because I love oldies music. So I mean, you don't get a lot, but you get a good like 3 or 4 selections from and like real oldie song. I don't know if that Mary Lou song is real. It probably is, but the other one like Rick Nelson, and there's that whatever the Dreamers song or what the fuck it's called. I mean, I guess that's really all I have to say about it. I like it. I mean, I don't think about, I mean, yeah, it's such a rip-off of Nightmare on Elm Street, but I don't mind. I just don't mind. It's one of those guilty pleasures in a weird way. It's the same way, like, I don't know. I really can't almost compare it to anything else. I mean, almost every movie is a rip-off of all these other movies, right? And whether it be, you know, Hatchet's Jason, or whether it be, you know, fucking how many times they ripped off Star Wars. A lot of times they do it always poorly, but things like this,
They feel like more like a tribute than ripping it off?
Or something like that. You know, just like, you know, if you wanted to make a superhero, you're going to base it off of Superman. Fucking, you can't even do anything around not basing it off of Superman because, you know, it encompasses everything. So I think filmmakers and other artists, they always take what they're inspired by and, you know, not that this is art. I'm sure they're just like, what were the last 2 fucking, you know, highest grossing horror movies? Carrie and Nightmare on Elm Street. Guess what, guys? Get out of the prom dresses. But I also like, I don't know, I remember wanting to like Prom Night. Like, because you just want to love the, you know, oh, make Christmas scary, make fucking Easter scary, make Friday 13th, and you know, I like the holiday.
The event horror.
Yeah, event horror. Something that's centered around an occasion, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if you can't relate to a character, you obviously relate to the celebration of a certain time of year or something like that,
It
right?
hasn't been done.
What?
The bar mitzvah.
It's probably been
It's
done.
anti-Semitic. That's what it is.
Scroll through Netflix for an hour. You'll find it.
Tagline.
Is there it's anti-Semitic? Oh my god! Too much. That's great.
Oh, copyright 2016 Saturday Night Freak Show.
Jesus Christ. So
God, there's a knife going through a yarmulke. Just
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a thing.
Blood all over a menorah.
Yeah. 8 days of terror.
Oh my god.
We like,
So yeah, I absolutely recommend this movie because I love it, and that's it. It doesn't need to be smart.
No, it doesn't.
Just gotta have
Doesn't
love.
need to be smart.
All right. Well, that's Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 on the Saturday Night Freak Show. And next week, Sean's going to be picking the movie. And what are we going to be watching, Sean?
We're going slasher, and we're going to go a little more modern. We're going to go Scream 2.
Scream 2.
Yeah.
Out of the blue.
Out of the
See what I
blue,
did there?
Scream 2.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. So that's Scream 2 next week on the Saturday Night Freak Show. And until then, the basement is going dark.